The Arizona Cardinals need to get better in the trenches. And in the 2025 NFL Draft, they'll have the chance to do just that by adding a talented player to their defensive line. Two names that keep coming up are Michigan's Kenneth Grant and Oregon's Derrick Harmon. Both are great defensive players who could help the Cardinals in different ways, but which one makes more sense for Arizona? Today, we're breaking down their strengths, weaknesses, and which players would be the best fit for Jonathan Gannon's system. I asked you who you would like to see a comparison on, and I'm nothing if not a man of the people. Your voices have been heard. If you're new here, welcome to Bird's Eye View. I'm Kyler Bird, bringing you all the latest Arizona Cardinals news, draft breakdowns, and analysis. First up, let's talk about Kenneth Grant. If you're looking for a true space eater in the middle of the defense, this guy checks that box. Grant is a massive presence at 6'3", around 340 pounds, and he moves surprisingly well for his size. However, he does have one major weakness in that area, which we will get to. He is a classic run stuffer, capable of clogging lanes, demanding double teams. The best things about him are probably pure strength and power. Offensive linemen will struggle to move him, and when he gets his hands inside, it can be over pretty fast for them. He also flashes some ability as a pass rusher, mainly using a bull rush to collapse a pocket, but that's also where his weaknesses come in. Grant is notoriously bad at lateral movements. Running backs can get an edge on him and be out of his reach before he can get there. This also means he can struggle against mobile quarterbacks, which is particularly tough in the modern game with players like Lamar, Kyler Murray, Jane Daniels, representing a new model of slipperier quarterbacks. Now, Grant is a dominant force against the run, and he plugs the middle with the best of them. But if the Cardinals are looking for an interior lineman who can get after the quarterback consistently, they may want to look elsewhere. That elsewhere could very well be our next player, Oregon's Derrick Harmon. Now, he isn't as heavy as Grant, but he still has some great size at 6'5", 320 pounds, and he has a longer frame and more burst off the line, making him a more disruptive pass rusher presence than Grant. His first step is super explosive, and he uses long arms to disengage from blockers quickly. He's also more versatile. He can play 1-tech, 3-tech, or even 5-tech in certain fronts. Harmon's major downside is that he's not as dominant against the run as Grant. He's got the athleticism, but he can get pushed around by stronger interior linemen. So if the Cardinals want a defensive tackle who can get into the backfield and cause problems on passing downs, Harmon might be the better choice. So now the big question, who actually fits better in Arizona? If the Cardinals want to stop the run first, Grant is likely the guy. He can anchor the middle of the defense and help Arizona shut down the ground game. If they're looking for a player with more pass rush upside and versatility, Harmon makes a lot of sense. He can play multiple spots, and he offers more disruption in the passing game. Jonathan Gannon's scheme leans on versatile, aggressive linemen, so Harmon could be the better fit. But if they want a true space eater, Grant is the safer pick. Let's quickly compare the career stats of both of these players. Harmon had significantly more starting experience in college and stands out in a few key categories, namely hurries and total tackles. In this sense, from a pure metric standpoint, Harmon was a more productive player in college, which could give the Cardinals a bit more reassurance that he will be able to produce at the next level. You also have to look at what players are currently on the Cardinals roster and how either Harmon or Grant could fill in. Grant would likely play the role of a more traditional run-stuffing nose tackle, something the Cardinals have already addressed this offseason with the signing of Dalvin Tomlinson. It is easier to see an immediate role for Derrick Harmon, who could slot in opposite Darius Robinson on the defensive line, and who has a bit more of that positional flexibility that Gannon and Rawls treasure so much. At the end of the day, both Kenneth Grant and Derrick Harmon bring value, but it all depends on what the Cardinals prioritize. Do they want a dominant run stopper or a more versatile interior disruptor? I think both of these players could very well improve the Cardinals' defense. But if I had to choose someone who I think makes a more immediate impact and can fill in a much-needed role right now, day one, I would be taking Derrick Harmon. If you would also like the option to read some of these points in print, you can go find my article on this debate on the Arizona Cardinals on Sports Illustrated website. There will be a link in the description for that. Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you think the Cardinals should draft, Grant or Harmon? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you enjoy this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any more Cardinals draft coverage. Thanks for watching The Bird's Eye View.